king, then I'm making those cry. I'm stepping on the scene like I never did reply. I ain't gotta justify, I'm cool. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, one o'clock of time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson looking to throw right away. That's complete, left side to Bateman. Finding space at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again is Jackson.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion
situation. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 41-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Jackson on 1st down. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 1st and 10. It's Jackson. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Again, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, of course, this a critical game in regards to not just the division race, but playoff seeding as well. They are a game up, but a loss here could really muddy the waters.
And both of these teams want to clear things up about how they feel about each other and their standing in the league. Because these two teams, they've really been the cream of the crop in their division. So this game, it's been looming on both of their schedules. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Watson flush to his right. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another run here with Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. 61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Odafe Owe has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Ravens are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Jackson to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2. Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Browns had 10-3 on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Watson now to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And they're able to add on to their advantage. The York now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And Jackson throwing once more. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 17-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Jackson now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. There he goes left side. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger. Yeah, they were on a march for the chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football. Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly. Touchdown! David Njoku in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Finding room at midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Here we go on 4th. Watson eluding the pressure right. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right.
Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Bryant has it.
After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They go with Chubb on second down. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
They'll run for it. Chubb, and he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calais Campbell, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Watson off play action. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Jackson on first down. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. To throw is Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Hey, middle.
Third and goal, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the 50, it's Watson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And now here's another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
David Ajabo, credit him there. He fired across the line and planted him for a loss on the play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run it again with Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now it's Watson. Being chased out left. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Jackson will throw again. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 39, Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like you said,